Hi guys, Digital Principal and Computer Organization. The subject code is CS33500. Unit 2 Synchronous Sequential Logic. In this video, you are going to study about the Moore and the Mealy model of sequential circuit. The synchronous sequential circuit are represented by usually two models. One is Moore model and another one is Mealy model. First one is Moore model. What is meant by Moore model? In this sequential model, the output depends on the present state of the flip-flop. Usually in flip-flop, there will be a two state. One is present state that is mentioned with Q and the next state that is mentioned with Q bar. So in Moore model, the output depends upon the present state of the flip-flop. So the Moore model circuit is diagram is shown here and it is constructed by using the JK flip-flop. The input is connected only to the first JK flip-flop. The output is multiplication of the next state output but not of the input. Okay. So finally you will get an output, right? This output is the multiplication of the next state output, but it is not going to connect with the any of the either one of this input, and it is purely connected to the this next state output. And the Mealy model is there will be some changes in the Mealy model. The output depends on the present state of the flip flop and the input. In both the Moore and Mealy model, the output will be depend on present state that is in Q. It is going to depend on Q state, that is present state. But in Moore model, there will be no present of, there will be, the output is not going to depend on input, but in Mealy model, the output is going to depend on the present state of the flip-flop and it also going to depend on the input. But in Moore model, there will be no dependency on input. This is the example of Mealy model circuit. So see here, the one of the input is connected with this output state. Afterwards, another output, another input of the NAND gate is connected with the one of the input. The difference between Moore and Mealy model is the output is present on present state of output and input. So here this output is both is going to depend on both output and input. Okay, but it is in Mealy model, but in Moore model the output is dependent only on the present output, present state of flip flop, and after, and it is not going to depend on input. Only it is going to bother about the present state of output or next state of output, and it is not going to connect with any of the input. So this is the main difference between Moore's and Mealy model. These are all the some difference between Moore and Mealy model, and it is one of the important topic in second unit, and it will be asked in 2 marks as well as 16 marks. And Moore state machine is simpler and it is easy to design. And Mealy state machine is low response time. So it is, and the output of the Moore state is present. It depends on the present state, but in Mealy machine, it is going to represent both the input and the present state. Both the input and the present state. And in Moore model, it is not going to represent any input. If input changes in Moore model, the output also change. But in Mealy model, the input changes. It is not going to affect This condition is applicable for both the Moore and the Mealy model. So input changes and it also change the output. In Moore model, there will be a more number of states. In Mealy model, there will be a less number of states. Here you need to design a sequential circuit. You need more hardware requirement, but here you will require less hardware requirement to design a sequential circuit. Here the output is generated asynchronously, and in this Mealy model machine, the state changes and output generates synchronous to the clock. Finally, the Moore machine is easily to design, and the Mealy machine is difficult to design. These are the difference between Moore and the Mealy model of synchronous sequential circuit. Thank you guys.